Hello, hello. Hi. Right, Puer. You know, I'm tr- I like all kinds of tea, but right Puer, it's one of these things that it tastes interesting. Oh wow. Okay, this now, it's not ever supposed to remind you of fish. I'm sorry, but that was what I got right away. It's like a freshwater fish tank algae, and that really is, this kind of stuff is. That's the kind of organism that grows in these. They're compressed. They have rooms where they let the tea leaves, a whole bunch of them, ferment at once. Usually for months to years. The right puer is a method where it's done at a higher temperature and and added humidity. These rooms, and it accelerates. It's a process that the communist government came up with to make, supposedly to make not great quality tea better. Puer uses the. Okay, no, this doesn't. Yeah, I understand why people like it. Well, I like it. I'm drinking it, but to me, it's a break from the normal. One of the things about right puer is I've had right puers that you can't tell the difference between coffee. It's a little bit more viscous than coffee would be, but the color. I'm planning on. I was going to go to a health realization meeting with a neighbor, but I'm staying in. She has to do laundry, and I'm staying. I just took a little nap, and I'm going to work, so that's why the caffeine's so late. It's a sensation, and it stays with you. One thing I looked up this afternoon. I had never looked this up. The sweet taste from tea leaves is from saccharides. I didn't look those up, but it said things like the thing that make licorice sweet. So not sugars, but things that are sweet, like sugar substitutes. Some people say that raw. No, have I been saying raw puer? This is right puer. Sheng is raw. Shou is ripe. This is the ripe stuff, which can get very dark and a little funky. People who use the word qi to describe something about tea, that tends to be stronger in these aged teas, they say. Sometimes I do think that there's something a little special about the caffeine buzz from Puer. It's not something. People that are just huge tea fans, they're saying that there's something about the tea. So I'm not disputing that it does affect them differently, but I just don't know the mechanism of that. And I don't want to say it's psychological. A thought I have is, the tea certainly changes over time. You see here, this is very dark, like coffee. But some people that like tea a lot as well say qi is something that tea vendors just use to make it seem like you want to buy more of their tea because it has chi the way they explain it. The struggle I have is that there's people that in every other way appear to be more tuned into tea than me, and they talk about chi as if, of course, yeah, chi. So I'm not going to say they're wrong. I noticed that this makes some pretty interesting sounds. So it sounds, I was listening to how it sounded when I poured it close to the phone, and it sounds delicious. See, this is 2018 Yunnan Sourcing. That's the company I order from. It's a mail order. A guy named Steve, an American named Steve, married to a Chinese national over there, and they make relationships with farmers in the mountains, and through a variety of, but they actually talk to the farmers, and they go out and they find what's good, and there's a family farm, I think Luan Village, that the teas are they're really something special consistently, in a unique way. I'm not all the way there yet, but people say you can, just like with wine from grapes, you can sometimes tell like which side of the mountain did it grow on. This is, I used to be a smoker. Drinking tea like this called Gong Fu style. Most people in China, I understand, use tea bags just like everybody else. But this is the traditional way to brew tea. Much, much stronger. Generally use more leaf and very short steepings, but many steepings. Oh, and I was going to say, it gives you something to do with your hands. This is like a cigarette break and a coffee break. It's a cigarette break and a coffee break. I even said, oh, it looks like coffee. Oh, it get somebody fooled with this stuff. I can, and you can tell, okay, is this normal caffeine buzz? I don't know. I feel pretty good. Yeah, Scotch is a good analogy for right Puer. I've had Scotch that I didn't know why I was drinking it. You ask me what it tastes like, and I say it tastes like dirt, but it's a little bit like that. Maybe I should start doing this on Zoom. I imagine some tea heads are coming across this. That'd be interesting. You could. So far, I've only used Yunnan sourcing teas that I've been drinking here. I don't have. I could order from them for the rest of my life and be really happy. But I did. There's a few other companies that American fans of Chinese tea, including ethnic Chinese, use to order. Crimson Lotus is one. The Yunnan Sourcing is all sorts of teas. Most of them are people that specialize in Puer, and it can literally be like, you come across an opportunity to buy a whole bunch of Puer, so you do that and you store it in your closet for additional years or not, but it's mostly Puers that a lot of these small companies, mail order companies, specialize in. I'm rather enjoying this ripe Puer Lucy. My niece's good longtime friend is Lucy. Somebody I know has a wiener dog named Lucy. It might be, that might be the Yunnan sourcing people. They have art on their cakes. I'll show you cakes sometime that's not open. There's beautiful art. Tea companies realize, okay, some people are buying these and storing them for additional months or years. Let's make ours look cool when it's stored. So now there's some really creative art that is on the packaging for these Puer, not pucks, what do they call them? Cakes. I can already tell the steepings are changing. I'm getting more of that sweet sensation that I just really love all over your tongue. This is more like a 8 cigarette break in time, maybe. I didn't realize this until I started doing this, but you're supposed to draw in air, and it doesn't sound polite. I didn't realize I'd do it every time, though. You really can taste better if you draw in some air into your mouth and kind of, literally, like you would much like you would if you're a kid in a pool playing like. All right, this is getting weaker, but that the initial character of the tea is still there. The part that tastes like tea, but I want to say old tea. I might be saying old just because I know this taste is old tea, but it tastes old. Something tastes old about it in a way that Scotch can taste old. I originally got into tea because, it was me and my ex argued a lot, and one of the things was over alcohol, so I just wanted to take that off the table, and I probably was drinking too much. I was. She was right. She was naggy about it, but that was the reason. But, I started drinking tea. I was a tea guy instead of I was one of those really bitter IPA guys. One of the things I'm noticing in these later steeping, oh wow, the taste, the flavor, the sweetness. I don't know if I've ever noticed this so strongly across all these teas. I think it might be something. I went through a hospitalization. I had sepsis. I almost died. And I've been spending a lot of time or doing nothing but recovering on that couch. Oh, hey, we went. And I wonder, there's some things I just know. Like I think differently about candy. I don't drink at all anymore. So that might be all of this. I crave simple carbohydrates sometimes, like I used to crave alcohol sometimes. A lot. No, I don't know. I should just say this if I'm being honest. I hadn't drank for 2 years, and when I left my wife, I stayed with a friend who was a very heavy drinker, and I started drinking again. And I started drinking every day, and got so I couldn't stop on my own. So all my behaviors were exactly like I had heard people who I think of as having a genetic predisposition towards alcohol have. See, you can see this is getting lighter, not as dark, and the flavor is also diminishing. But oftentimes, it will a flavor will the flavor that if you imagine, like, okay, that's a dead leaf, put water on it, drink it. That flavor, that's like kind of the backbone of these puers to me. And that you can go, I don't know, how many steepings have I done? I might have to go back and count. But this is about, oh, wow. It's almost as though that sweet aftertaste is getting stronger in these later steepings. That could be. It very well could be. I'll have to, I haven't posted to the tea subreddit in a while. Maybe I'll have to do that. All right, at this point I should maybe be, oh wow, I forgot I had water in there. So this will be, yeah, even with that length in there, it's still, okay, here's the thing. Oh my gosh, you know what? I forgot to rinse it. With Puer, some people say that, well, no, there are small amounts of toxins that some bacteria that grow in there. People say that that's the thing that makes Puer different. But you're supposed to throw out the first rinse. You're supposed to soak the teeth. Oh wait, I did. Yeah, I did. Because I let the little hunk of it, which I have another hunk here. I should have put it away. I determined how much to use by using approximately half of what was left. There's a lot of, oh wait, I didn't need to do that. Yeah, see, I'm tea drunk already. Tea drunk is another thing that tea vendors make up. That you get tea drunk from drinking Puer tea, their Puer tea. I'm pretty chatty, but, so I'll have to go and examine this closely. Maybe I'll say, how could I not see that Puer was imparting its aged qualities spiritually onto you? The chi gathered, and now it's flowing into your body, mingling. No, I don't know if that's how they talk about it, but I feel pretty good. The Chinese thing is not related to my like of Pokemon. Pokemon's Japanese. I don't know if it's big in China. I really don't. That's all I did in my free time for many years. My ex and I started it as something to do. We both wanted to walk. I don't know. I think both of us wanted to lose 5 or 10 pounds or something like that. So we started playing Pokemon when we walked. And, after I started on my own, I moved downtown, St. Paul, and just playing Pokemon in downtown instead of just in St. Paul. It's so much better. During the pandemic, I was able to just lay in bed and play Pokemon. During the pandemic, they increased the distance that you had to be in order to use some of the features around here in the Pokemon augmented universe. So I could just lay in my bed and do battles in a gym, and I think there's what I forget. After the hospital, I said, okay, that was a sharp demarcation. I decided that I had better things to do with my time, or I wanted to do better things with my time than play Pokemon. Let's see if that sweet sensation is, not as much though. All right. Work. Maybe I should start saying something at the end of each of the namaste. Tea's good.